everyone, Dr. Caitlin Butler Birmingham, naturopathic doctor, aka Dr. K, with a focus in sports medicine. Today, Trainer K at Wellington Fitness in London, Ontario. So we're going to be talking about the rowing machine. So the rowing machine itself, how to set it up, techniques on how to row and make this a fun workout for yourself. Everyone's always asking me, like, what's the best cardio machine to use to burn the most calories, to lose weight, all of these things. So my answer is always it depends, because how many calories you burn and how much weight loss there is dependent on the intensity of the workout. However, the treadmill, the rowing machine, and the Stairmaster typically involve moving all parts of the body. So these machines are typically the best for that, but again, it depends on the intensity. So if you're just on the Stairmaster going really slow, or doing the rowing machine very slow, you're not going to get the results that you want. Anyway, the rowing machine is very underused, so today we're going to be talking about that. So first, let's talk about the setup. So when you come over to the rowing machine, this is the display. So you can have speed, distance, calories, time. You can also set it up for intervals. If you set it up for intervals, we can talk about that in a second. This is the bar here. You always, when it's not in use, you always want to have it in the release position. This saves the battery for the screen and also the cable that's within the machine. Here you have your resistance, so it goes from 1 to 10. If you're doing a warm-up, you want to be around the 6 to 7 range. But if you're doing the full intensity of your workout, you want to be at a 10. So the other times that you might move down to a 6 or a 7 is if you're doing 30-second intervals. So what that means is you're doing 30 seconds as fast as you possibly can, then you can be down at 6 or 7. But if you're doing 20-second intervals, let's say, 20 seconds fast as you can with, let's say, a 40-second break, use the 10. So that's the settings for the resistance. Then if you come over here, you have your footrest, which essentially you want to set up so that when you pull this tightly across your shoelace, it's approximately in the center of your laces. You want it to be snug and comfortable, because again, once you start going very quickly on the rowing machine, you don't want your foot to slip out. So that's essentially the setup of the machine. So now we're going to move on to talking about the techniques of rowing. So once you get set up here, again, once you pull this tightly, have it be in the mid part of your laces here. Take the bar. So again, like I mentioned in many of my videos, whenever you're starting physical activity, do at least 5 minutes of a warm-up. So when you're rowing, if you've never rowed before, keep 3 things in mind. One is, when you're pulling back, push with your legs, then you want to squeeze your abs, and then pull the bar back. So again, that's going to be legs pushing off, squeeze your abs, and then pull the bar back. So the other thing is to remember to keep your shoulders down. So sometimes people end up rowing like this, and especially when you get tired. So always remember, have a long neck, shoulders down, legs, abs, arms. The other thing that people do when they get tired is they start coming back and their knees start hitting together. So you just want to make sure that your legs are staying parallel, and legs, abs, arms. So this is the basic row. That's what you can do your warm-up with. Again, 5-minute warm-up. So legs, abs, arms. But to make rowing more interesting, because doing 20 minutes of just the basic row can get very monotonous, you can also switch your hand grip so that you have the underhand grip. So again, the same premise, always with the legs, core, arms, but in this case, you're pulling back, and with this technique, you're using more of your biceps in this one. So coming back, using more of the biceps. That's the underhand row. Then you have back to the overhand grip. You can row on one side, so coming back with this. Now the main problem with this one that people have is that they start to lean to the side, you still want to sit up nice and tall while you're doing this. That's where you get most of your force. So long neck, shoulders down. So that's the one side, and then you can do the other side as well. Then you also have the alternating row. So when you come back, you pull, and then one side or the other side. Same thing with this. Sitting up tall, squeeze the abs, keep the shoulders down. So this is alternating. Then you also have the rotation. So if you come back and you rotate. So this is actually working your abs as well. So that's kind of a fun technique to use because it's not only cardio but also abs at the same time. So legs, core, arms. And even with the rotation, you're still sitting up tall. So when you rotate, you're not punching down, you're still up tall and get the ab action in there. So let's say you're putting a routine together. You can start with a basic row, get that going. Then once you've done about 5 minutes of the basic row, you've got your warm up in, you can switch. Do about 5 minutes with the underhand grip. Get more bicep action in there. Then you can go back to overhand grip, do alternating, or even do one side, so just stay on one side or the other side. And then at the end, add in the rotation. So I'd recommend doing the rotation at the end of your workout because it does work the abs more so than the other techniques because you still need your abs to be strong while you're doing your rowing. So this is the rowing machine. Those are some basic techniques you can use. And once again, when you're leaving the machine, just have the bar released fully. So once again, intro to the machine, how to use it, how to set it up properly so that there's no injuries, and also remembering sitting up tall, legs, core, and arms while you're going through the motion. So the rowing machine, great cardio machine to use, excellent full body workout. I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you next time.